Hey everyone, welcome back. Let's continue on reading the Bible with 1 Corinthians chapter 9. Here we go. Paul's writes as an apostle. Am I not free? Am I not an apostle? Have I not seen Jesus our Lord? Are you not the results of my work in the Lord? Even though I may not be an apostle to others, surely I am to you, for you are the seal of my apostleship in the Lord. This is my defense to all those who sit in judgment on me. Do we have the right to food and drink? Do we have the right to take a believing wife amongst with us, as do the other apostles and the Lord's brother and Cephas? Or is it only I and Barnabas who lack the right to not work for a living? Who serves a soldier at his own expense? Who plants a vineyard and does not eat its grapes? Who tends the flock and does not drink the milk? Do I say this merely on human authority? Doesn't the law say the same thing? For it is written in the law of Moses, do not muzzle an ox while it is treading out the grain. Is it about oxen that God is concerned? Surely he says this for us. Does he? Yes. This was written for us, because whoever plows and threshes should be able to do so in the hope of sharing in the harvest. If we have sown spiritual seeds among you, it is too much if we reap the material harvest from you. And if others have the right to support you, shouldn't we have it all the more? Maybe. But we did not use this right. On the contrary, we put up with anything rather than hindering the gospel of Christ. Don't you know that those who serve in the temple get their food from the temple, and that those who serve at the altar share in what was offered at the altar? In the same way, the Lord has commanded that those who preach the gospel should receive their living from the gospel. But I have not used any of these rights, and I am not writing this in the hope that you will do such things for me. For I would rather die than allow anyone to deprive me of this boast. For when I preach the gospel, I cannot boast, since I am compelled to preach. Woe to me if I do not preach the gospel. If I preach voluntarily, I have a reward. If not voluntary, I am simply discharging the trust committed to me. What then is my reward? Just this, that in preaching the gospel I may offer the free of charge, and so that not making full use of my right as a preacher of the gospel. Paul's use of his freedom. Though I am free and belong to no one, I have made myself a slave to everyone to win as many as possible. To the Jews I became like a Jew to win the Jews. To those under the law I became like the ones under the law, though I myself am not under the law, so as to win those under the law. To those having the law I became like one of the having of the law, though I am not free from God's law, but I am under Christ's law. Let's see how many times we can say law in two sentences. So as to win those not having the law, to the weak I became weak, and to the weak I became weak to win the weak. I have become all things to all people, so that by all possible means I might save someone. I do all this for the sake of the gospel, and I may share in its blessings. The need for discipline. Do you know that in a race all the runners run, but only one gets the prize? Run is such a way to get the prize. Everyone who competes in the game goes into strict training. They do it to get the crown that will not last, but we do it to get the crown that will last forever. Therefore, I do not run like someone running aimlessly. I do not fight like a boxer beating the air. No, I strike a blow at my body and make it my slave, so that after I have preached to others, I myself will not be disqualified from the prize. Okay. That last sentence, chapter 9, was pretty powerful. He makes the body is your slave. You're not a slave of your body. So I like that. See you later. Bye. Thanks for listening.